Hi, I'm Shilpi Madan and I write consistently for the New Indian Express. And today I have a conversation with me, one of the leading dermatologists in the country. She is the best set of hands in the business and is consulted by all the leading superstars from Bollywood. Dr. Rashmi Shetty is also an author and an entrepreneur, and she is the founder of Soul Skin Corp. And her raw supplements for bettering your skin and lending you that fantastic glow are obviously high on everybody's priority list. And Dr. Rashmi is also a leading expert in aesthetic medicine. And we are very lucky to have her here with us today to share with us some vital information regarding this ongoing trend and fad of facial gymnastics. So I'm going to invite Dr. Rashmi Shetty on board. And hi, Dr. Shetty, how are you?
Hi, Shilpi. Firstly, it's such a pleasure to talk to you. You're one of those well-researched journalists who, when you say, I want to interview you, I also wonder, okay, I hope, she's not going to ask me tough questions.
Thank you so much. You're very kind. How is Mumbai kind on the skin these days with an excessive amount of humidity following the rainfall?
Yeah, it's just not the skin, it's the hair. That's the biggest concern. Skin at least takes a couple of days to react for your skin to look sticky, oily, acne prone or whatever. But hair reacts within an hour. It just frizzes your hair out, and look at my hair. It just puffs and frizzes it out and makes it uncontrollable. So yeah, that's already telling on skin and hair.
So tell me something. You look fantastic, and you look fantastic all the time. So tell me something. Are you dipping into this latest fad of face yoga? Can you give your comments on that?
Firstly, thank you for the compliments. I shall accept, though I just came home now, just undid everything and then suddenly said, oh my God, interview. So this is basic, no makeup, nothing me. So face yoga or the face exercises, that's become a big fad these days with all these gadgets and people making all sorts of movements and mimicries on the face and stretching. So in general, I'll give you a little gyan on how face muscles work. So firstly, like your biceps and your triceps, the face muscles are not huge muscles or huge bands. They're these thin strips of muscles, literally paper thin, and tiny strips of muscles in most places, okay? So they do not bulk up with exercise like one were to think in their mind. It is not going to bulk up, number one. Two, if you are thinking it's going to bulk up and therefore it will pull me up, no, that is definitely not going to happen. Muscles are not going to become short and pull you up at all. So then what is the point of the exercise at all that people are talking? Is there a point? The only point that it can do is a lot of mobility on the face. For example, they'll tell you to open your eyes wide, shut it, open and shut it. So this is going to cause a lot of lymphatic drainage around the place because the muscles of your eye is round and round and round like a purse string. It shuts your eye, it opens your eye. It shuts your eye, it opens your eye. When you do that, all the fluid around your eye, the fluid accumulation that happens is because of certain lymphatic retention also. That tends to drive away the fluid. So it'll make your face look a little depuffed. You open your mouth wide and you close it. They keep telling you to do that. That also kind of drives all the lymphatics away. All your various neck exercises will drive it away. So that's one advantage of the facial gymnasium that people are teaching you. Now, what it can't do, like I say, is it cannot take away your lines. In fact, it may increase your lines. For example, we were talking about the eyes, right? So if I'm saying your eyes shuts and open with a muscle and you keep doing that repeatedly, you're only going to increase the lines around your eyes. Again, another little anatomical yarn that I'm giving you is that when you end up looking at a hand muscle, it's attached to the bone. So therefore, when the biceps shrinks or contracts, your muscle is moved like this. Your hand moves like this, right? And when your triceps contract, it extends your elbow. But in the face, they are not attached to the bone. They're attached to the skin. So each time they're moving the skin with it. That is why you get the line. So now tell me, why do you want to keep moving your muscle excessively?
That's beautifully explained. So, on a scale of 0 to 10, if you were to rank the efficacy of these face exercises, what would you rate it as?
Like I say, efficacy is what are we expecting out of it? If you're expecting just the face to feel a little more blood rush, little more lymphatic drainage, go ahead and do it. It may be like effective to around a scale of 1 to 5. 10, it might be effective around, let's say 3 or 5. It will drain out some fluids, make sure your face feels a little fresh, some new blood supply because you're moving it. That might happen. But if you're expecting lines to go away, you'll be disappointed because it's going to increase your lines, like I said. So it's going to be -2 in the scale. If you're expecting anti-aging, that is what they are going on telling on the various channels and various blogging networks, right? If you're expecting anti-aging, no, it's not going to happen at all, at all.
So tell me something, if you were to choose any one particular exercise, okay, for the face, which you probably associate the maximum amount of merit with, that, okay, this could work in some respect in terms of tightening, maybe like the double chin or flattening out your cheekbones. I mean, which one would it be? And can you actually show it to us?
Probably the only thing that might work a little in terms of, let's say, anti-aging is as we keep growing older, we all end up having this fat that accumulates here, right? Also, there's a lot of lymphatic fluids that accumulate here. Skin kind of starts to come from the face also. So this entire place becomes heavy. So that space, when you end up working this large muscle called platysma out, it may end up kind of, also increasing a little bit of fluid draining out of this area, which is otherwise caught in a pocket, and maybe mobilize the fat in that area. Like when you have a love handle, they'll tell you to stretch like that a lot, right? To stretch that area.
Yes.
In terms of stretching this area, if you want to mobilize this fat, that is the only thing that works. And how it works is you usually open your mouth wide, touch this. When you do that, you open your mouth wide, pull your jaw a little ahead, and bring it back. So then you touch this, it's tight now. So keep doing that till this kind of aches. That is what can make this kind of a little tighter. That is 1. 2, touch your tongue to the palate on the top. That is a hard roof of your mouth. So that kind of tightens this area. 2, you can end up gargling, movement of the cheek muscles, and your cheek happens. Closing your eyes and tighten, opening wide. For those who have water retention, early morning puffiness, just 9 to 10 minutes is something that will just help drain that fat thing away. And then in the cup of your hand, you're pumping the water out. So that will remove the water from that area. So these are the only few things that I believe you could just do with probably your hands and your muscle movements of the face. Definitely what adds a lot is the movement of the neck. Whether you move it this way or you move it up and down, moving will kind of mobilize a lot of lymphatics from this area. So it will really, really help you. And it also relaxes you. All the stiff muscles on the neck and the shoulder kind of relaxes. So this is all what it can do.
What about the face tools, like in terms of the gua sha and the rollers, like the jade rollers and rose quartz rollers? I mean, it's a confusing gamut of devices.
I literally see people on the Instagram taking that gua sha, holding it, going tack, 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 and they say, oh, look at my jawline becoming sharp. I mean, if that were to just happen, man, it's impossible. I had an actress who came to my clinic one day with the whole bruise. And I'm like, what happened? How did this bruise happen? Then she gives me a smile and she says, I was doing my gua sha. People end up doing the gua sha so tightly that they end up cracking and breaking the blood vessels under the skin.
Oh my God.
Please understand, there is no stone on earth which will give you a jawline, chiseled jawline. We as doctors, with all the gadgets which are all FDA approved, scientifically proven, tested, it's so difficult for us to give you a sharp edge. imagine a stone doing it for you. It's not. So any of these tools for that matter, whether it is that jade roller or jade stone, all it can do is just drain away a bit of fluid from your face and maybe increase a little bit of blood circulation on your face. And that's it. But if you cool a jade roller, put it in the fridge and then use it, it might help, like, make your pores appear a little lesser because it gives you that cold tightening. It can calm your skin down. Put it around the eyes. If you have a puffy eyes, it'll again help you just relax. So these are the only two things that it can do, no matter if it is a gadget or your hands or your movement of the face.
So you always maintain that, if you want to use like a face tool for bettering the blood circulation on the face, you can do an equally good job by just using your fingers, right? Just stimulate the circulation.
Like if you're saying gua sha, just do this with your fingers and just do that. It mimics a gua sha, right?
Right.
You just want to do anything to your face, just use this. This will mimic a nice little massage that will give you to kind of, push it all back, then push it down to the neck. And that's all is what you end up doing to do the lymphatic drainage. You could end up doing this to your finger. If you have enough moisturizer in your hand, slide it back. That'll behave like a gua sha, or this behaves like a gua sha. More than enough.
So tell me something. You interact with so many celebrities, right? No names, right? What are the top two treatments that people opt for accentuating their bone structure on the face? Like for doing away with the double chin or sharpening the jawline. What are the corrective procedures that are popular?
So again, let's go back to science. What happens to the face and why do these bone structurally start to become not so defined as we keep growing? Because the bone changes, like in rest of your body parts, wherein, for example, we all accept that, acha, mama ko knee pain ho raha hai, grandmama ka knee pain ho raha hai, because that is because we are aging and the bone is resorbing, so there is a bony change. But we never think that bony change can also happen on your face. So your entire skull as you grow older will become smaller and it will rotate like this. So your chin will get shorter, your brow will kind of come down, and the entire skull will become smaller. Therefore, the tissue also hangs down. So the idea to make a face look more youthful and reverse the aging changes is first to repair the structure, which is a bony framework. So the best thing to do is, of course, lifestyle changes, add a calcium in your diet, a vitamin D in your diet. Make sure all this is taken care of for good bone health. Thereafter, what you can do is resort to doing something called as filler injections at your doctor's office. Please go to a really trained, really experienced doctors, because I've seen a lot of people in pursuit of giving a good cheekbone, they end up looking like triangle things like this.
Oh my God.
So bad. One chin and one triangle. All of them end up looking like that. So please go to a doctor who understands the aesthetic sense to only give you those fillers where there is bone resorption and just enough to make you look naturally youthful, exactly probably like how you were looking 10 years ago, and that's about it. So that's something that you can do at your doctor's office for bone, let's say, restoration.
Okay, everybody wants to have your glowing complexion, right? I read all these comments on Instagram also. So now you have to share 3 secrets, okay? 3 things that you do on your face.
I'll tell you that. Yes, all the secrets revealed. One is be born to choose your parents right. Make sure they have great skin. So I've been told that what is that? Soul chooses the womb. So please choose the womb right. So that is the first thing that you can do. Choose your parents right. Okay. So I have great genes. Let me tell you that. Number 2, my mother is a typical South Indian mother who literally put the discipline into our head. You will not see my mom walk out of her room without her hair nicely tied back. She's bathed. Her face is clean. She has her kajal, a light hint of lipstick, her bindi, her hair tied back. I have never in in these many years of my life, seen my mom even once untidy. So waking up in the morning, washing your face, first thing is the biggest thing she taught us, along with brushing your teeth. Going to bed, never without washing your face. So it's not just makeup, your sweat, your sunscreen, your pollution, your moisturizer, your dog licking you, your daughter kissing you, your pet touching you, all of that is on your face. So whether you wear makeup or you don't wear makeup, washing your face at night is imperative. So these are few hygienic things that my mom put into our system. And two, of course, is good food. You cannot deny what it does to your skin. So eat clean. You won't believe. I don't eat junk. People who know me will know. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink tea. I have never had, maybe I've had Pepsi or, sorry about the names, cola or, fizzy drinks, probably 3 times in my life. Wow. So these, if you can be this disciplined, you will have your skin like this at my age. I will not tell you what my age is.
we can't get it right either. You don't worry. You look spectacular. Absolutely.
Thank you. And now what I started doing, of course, is a few little treatments in my own clinic. Maybe I'll do a peel here and there. I believe in equipments that, rejuvenate my collagen big time. So I end up doing NL therapy. I end up doing some radio frequency on my face to just tighten my collagen and my skin there. And I never forget my supplements in the morning. Like you were saying, I'd never forget an antioxidant, my Rabrite, my Defense, Hydrate. So these supplements keep my skin really well. So this is my secret to good health. And I keep laughing all the time. I think that innate childish happiness is what keeps me going.
Very well put. Great. Yeah. On that note, I want to say thank you so much for taking up time for this wonderful, energizing conversation with us. And I'm sure all our listeners have had brilliant takeaways, because as I said that you are one of the most sought after skincare experts, dermatologists in the country. So thank you so much, Dr. Shetty, for chatting with us and sharing your expertise.
Thank you so much.